Hi, how are you guys? Are you good? You great? Ha, jokes. Yo, how you guys been doing? We're back again with another another video, another viewage, another scenery. You know, with another topic of discussion. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna talk like we normally do. You know how it is. It's a yap session. Uh, lately, I'm happy. Guess what? Like, no, not get to the lately part. I'm just hella happy. Like, I'm excited. We got 35 subscribers. Like, deep in that, like 35. Not so long ago, it was 30. No, not so long ago, it was just 20. I was mind blown by 20. Now it's 35. We're really close to 40. Like, 40 people could be popping to this, but that's not the point. Today's video is like I promised, right? I've been saying that I was gonna make a video about the books, and Loki, that's what I'm gonna do. Gonna really talk about books, but like not like all things, because I'll do reaction videos until I get myself a desk. Because for fuck's sakes, I can't be sitting here. It's very uncomfortable. Recording it is uncomfortable. I tried it. It's difficult, and it's not looking good. So we'll do that when I have a desk. For games and stuff like that, let's just grow slowly. Let's not rush into things. Let me just grow slowly, and we'll talk about this in another light. You get me? Yeah, you get me. Yeah. But anyway, enough of that. We're gonna talk about books, but mainly oh wait, no, I just deeped in. I'm wearing the same top that I wore the first video. I have technically the same fit, but low key, I thought it would be like a good thing to celebrate, 35 subscribers. So I thought, like, keep it for all time's sake. Logically, I'll keep doing this. Also, I wanted to ask, like, I started the video standing. Your guys prefer the standing or like sitting down? I like the sitting down. It really does get into topic of discussion, It's like a cool vibe. Anyway, scratch it out. Let's begin. So recently, as of late, this coming few months, I've been reading a few manga, however, I'm just say manga. I've been reading a few called Might Mayhem. Let me tell you a little bit. This guy, big man. This is like, when you look at Jujutsu Kaisen, right, and see if like Sukuna was the protagonist and see how much villainy he could commit, right? How much villainy he could commit. Yeah, this is like that. But there's no one to stop him. Like, there is. And the thing is, I'm hella enjoying it. Like, I am enjoying a protagonist. Like, he was a villain. There's a lot of protagonists who are villain, but this one is written slightly nice. I like it a lot, and I encourage more people to read it. I'm just gonna I'm telling you my experience with it. For the 43 chapters I've read so far, and I tell you, it was just straight heat, straight vibes, straight fire. I am just feeling over it, because that shit is fire. Yeah, like the thing is, he's a villain, right? He's dead as a villain, a man of danger. He should not be out roaming in these streets. Oh, it's a cultivation. It's set in Mume, so it's ancestry China, back when the martial arts world, etc. It's not set in modern times, so don't worry. It's set in Mume. It's ancestry China martial arts, like I said earlier. But anyway, the character is a villain, straight bona fide villain. There is literally no redeeming qualities of this character. But the thing is, because he's the protagonist and we're following his journey, I just can't get enough of seeing him. Even if there was the hero in the story, if they introduce a hero in the story, I would not care for the hero. I'm being dead ass with you. If a hero is introduced in the story, I would not care for the hero, because I know the hero's job is to basically the gent, just take him away, take him to meeting his maker, right? But I don't see, for me personally, as the reader and viewing this character, I just want to see him win. I just want to see the villain win. Like, I just want to see how much carnage and chaos he could create in the story. Like, my guy. Hey. But anyway, that's my experience with that book. And I say, lovely masterpiece. It's just, it's nice. Mice, Myth, and Mayhem. Nice. Now, like, that is, but now I'm gonna talk about, like, the second book I read so far. It's The Genius on Borrowed Time. It's 9 chapters. As I was reading it, I'm like, this is a story. But the thing is, the character is neither a villain nor anything of righteousness. The character is just somebody who wants to just live. So the story goes about, like, him being he was born with his upper acupuncture open, right? But he was born with it, so it's a danger. So he's living on borrowed time, basically. He's living on borrowed time, right? As the character. So the thing is, when he's learning these martial arts, is for him to, like, basically expand his body so he can live longer. So the journey of him is basically us seeing him, like, push forward, to love. Basically, he just wants to love. Like, that's the story. I can't really tell you much about it. I'm just telling you my experience with it and how I feel about it. It's a fantastic story so far. Those 9 chapters got me hooked and really need more. So yeah, I'm not speaking about manga. These are all mangas, so they're all set in ancestral China. So they're all set in Mu. So that's all I can say about it. The art style is beautiful. Frankly, the characters are quite engaging. There's not too much annoyingness involved in it, so it is as nice. So that it is pristine. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm just giving you these recommendations. You can call it I think I'll call this video recommending manga so far that I've read. I'll call it, like, recommendation of today's manga. Yeah, for people who like Mew. So these are the stories that, my guy, I tell you, they're all fantastic. Like, Absolute Regressor, yeah, that is also cool, because the story begins like a guy who, so basically, in his life, he was basically a spoiled brat, yada yada. Then he lost his entire, it's set in he lost the set he was part of, right, to some guy, right? His father died unrudely, they killed everybody, yada yada. So his whole point was to look for material, right, that basically helped him go back into time to fix his mistakes, right? It's like a fixing my mistake redemption type shit, right? But it is the typical trope of every other regression, incarnation, all that stories, but it has a different flair and flavor to it. You know what I mean? Some guys will be not trying, like, for me personally, like, I do, like, my favorite types of stories are always like stories of a conqueror, right? I always want to see a character who wants to be on the top. Like myself, I want to be on the top. I like to see other characters who also thrive to the top, because I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of, like, improvement and just doing better and better at each step you take, right? I'm a big fan of it. So if a story, like, gives me such a vibe, I'm gonna hop on it. I'm gonna hop on that train, because, like, my guy, is just fire. It's like, it's lovely. It's just nice to see improvement of things. It's like, I always want to see a character on the top. That is, like, my preference when it comes to reading or, like, any story. I always want to see a character come at the top. It doesn't need to necessarily rule over anybody. It's just that I like to see a character just be better than all people. That's the bare minimum. I like to see that type of growth in such characters, like, on the topic of these stories in progression. That's what regressor is, because like majority of the other stories, like of people going back in time and yada yada, I've seen my fair share of them where they do wanna grow stronger than their past selves and reach the top, and I like those ones. Then there's also others that are kind of lame, you know. Some of them, when they say they're gonna go back in time, or like if they got one more chance they're gonna change things, then they necessarily don't not necessarily change. They still follow the same waterways, but it's like a slow developing thing. Sometimes the character annoys me because he doesn't want to improve at all, so I'm not a big fan of such things. Yeah, I'm also not a big fan of like when the guy was on the top of the peak comes back to his past life and doesn't want to improve of himself anymore, like, but I mean those stories are like for improvement of like character of person or personality and stuff like that. So they're not bad. I'm not discouraging any of those stories. I'm just saying like they're cool. So on the note of these books I have spoken about, these recommendations basically, um I realized that these stories, a lot of them, I'm not talking about manga. Like a manga is also a handful. I'm gonna be honest with you, like there is manga is like a handful of good ones, and the most popular ones are always not the nice ones. I'll be honest with you, I read my fair share. Like the most popular ones, besides which are not shonen, these are not shonen jump manga that have been on the shonen jump cover or anything involved. The ones I talk, these are quite popular or have a fan base of their own. They're okay, but I just don't get them. There's a lot of manga. For those who read manga will understand what I'm talking about. Like it's a small chunk of really good manga that has not been animated. We're not about manga that has been animated. We're just about like manga that has potential to be hella animated, and it's so small. Like we're talking about like I'll put up image of the story if you know which one it is, because I can't say the name. I'll watch it, so I'm not gonna pause. I'm just gonna put an image of it. It's most about the guy who, when he touches objects, they become like a weapon that helps them, a tool, a device. Yeah, and then that's what I was gonna say about it. But honestly, those, I think it's like I just recommended two. There's also the one of it's on my phone and I'm using my phone to record. Let me see. Hold on. Now I was gonna pause, but I find it.
1 hour later.
Oh yeah, it's Bones. That's what it is. Yeah, it's Bones Nano Machine. Those who know Nano Machine, I feel like Nano Machine also deserves an anime, guys. Nano Machine is and Talent's Swallowing Magician. These are just honorable mentions. Yeah, I'm just mentioning honorables, and I'm gonna like Swordmaster's younger son, lovely one. Dungeon Odyssey, Return of the SS Ranker. This is the one that I like a lot because it also says improvement. Like the character does choose the same trait he was, but he actually just like shoots out, you know what I mean? Like he really pops off. I guess what I'm talking about. The Priest of Corruption, Return of the Disaster Class Hero. Yeah, like I said, Nano Machine, Absolute Regression. Yeah, pick me up, Getcha. Oh yeah, Solo Leveling's Ragnarok, about the main protagonist, his son. You know, I'm not a big fan of characters when they do like their whole still what's some word when they have like when they do a whole sequel, right? Not following the protagonist, but like the kid. Nah, like Boruto's manga's popping off. I'm not gonna discriminate, but I'm just saying like after seeing Boruto and stuff like it, I kind of not a big fan of it. But the Ragnarok. Yeah, that hits. Like the sun really pops off and shows them. Like, okay, I'm saying pop off too many, but I'm just saying. Oh yeah, on the top also, like when I said might, mayhem, and what? Might and mayhem. Yeah, I'm the fated villain. This is also a story about a villain. Like, and I only want to see him win because he said, like in the story, his goal is just to be the biggest op, and it's engaging. And Boundless Necromancer, that of what I just spoken of is peak, not like peak, but it's like hello good. I'll put the images of what I'm speaking of for those who want to check it out. Yeah, that's what I want to speak about this video. Really, it's not much, like I was gonna say, but it does cover up on what the topic was. So like, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbsy. If you fuck, yeah, if you have any other recommendations that I could check out, comment down below. If you have any question, just comment down below your thoughts on this. Just comment down below on the thoughts. That's all I'm saying. Just comment down below your thoughts. I like to really hear your thoughts. And also, if you fucks with me, you can hit that subscribe like you've been doing. Just continue. Yeah. I'll check it. Peace.